Okay, so we have got a couple of things to break tonight. One is a new release product, and then some Legacy Football after that. And I just realized that I happened to leave them sitting about 3 feet away from where they need to be. So let me grab them real quickly. Sorry, just give me 1 second. I carried them up and then I set them in the totally wrong place. All right, so we've got a little information to go over. Let's get that done while everybody's getting in and getting settled. So my feedback is automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get positive feedback in return. And of course, the far more important thing is to say thank you, because I do appreciate you being here. Those of you who chat with me, hang out with me, bid and break, welcome and thank you. This is what it looks like in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, Spectra Basketball. That's a new release. It comes out tomorrow. We're going to break it in a 4-box half-case quantity. Those are loose boxes from shared cases. Thursday night, it'll be a case of Finest Baseball and 3 boxes of Sage Aspire Football. That actually was not a case product. They didn't issue those in cases, only in boxes. So we're going to open 3 boxes. There's 72 hits in there, several different first-round guarantees in each box. If you read through the listing description somewhere in there, I did a cut and paste of the manufacturer's info about that product. On Friday night, we're going to break some Top Series 2 Jumbo Baseball by the full case. Veteran Base will not ship to the teams. It is a separate bidding category. Both Saturday, which will be the 4th of July, and Sunday are off nights. So here's what you need to know about what we're working on tonight. Except part of that doesn't apply. That was last night, and apparently I somehow did not manage to delete that, did I? So let's just fix that real quickly. And then it'll look right. Now, how about that? That's a little better, isn't it? Okay, so we've got 2 breaks tonight. Valiant Baseball is up first. Legacy Football is second. And I'm projecting these to go out Monday, mainly because of Saturday being the 4th of July. There's no mail service. Normally, this would have projected to go out on Saturday. Since it's a holiday, I'm moving that to a projected date of Monday, but I'm going to try to get it out to you faster than that. So hopefully I'll be able to get it out faster, but since I'm not 100% sure I can get it out on Friday, which it would have to be because of the holiday, we're going to leave it set for Monday and just know that I will try to get it to you sooner. Now, if you get skunked in either one of these breaks tonight, meaning you do not hit anything at all, not even a base card, you will still get a package in the mail. It will have consolation card or cards in it, and it will ship out to you when the rest of the break goes out the door. That's the way it always works with the paid shipping breaks. I'm never going to send you home empty-handed on a paid shipping break. And then, of course, just remembering again, no postal service pickup, delivery, or anything on Saturday. So first up tonight is a 12-box case of Leaf Valiant Baseball. Just came out today. We're opening it, of course, tonight. It ended on eBay tonight as well, which is Tuesday night, the 30th of June. Team names can be found on the left-hand side. Winning bidders are across from each team there on the opposite side. And if you are here for Legacy Football, I'm going to guess that we will probably take, 20 minutes, give or take 5 in either direction is probably about how long it will take to do this break of Leaf, somewhere in that neighborhood. All right, you noticed your background got blurry there. That was intentional. I don't want you to worry about that. It's just going to keep us from having to deal with a bunch of weirdos zooming in and out, which nobody likes. Scented Army is here. Veteran base means base that is veteran players, right? So obviously rookies are not veteran players, but anybody else that isn't a rookie is a veteran player. So that is how that works. We'll talk more about that, of course, when we get to Legacy, since that applies there to Legacy. And Card Captains is here, and so is Epic Case Breaks. Hi, everybody. So, Valiant Baseball. It is always a fun release. It's got a graded card in it, and that's always one of the fun things about Valiant with Leaf, is looking forward to those graded cards. Now I'm going to go ahead and get all of the wrappers off and the seals cut off of each of these boxes, so once we get started looking through them, we'll be able to just kind of keep on trucking. So we delay our gratification once up front, and then we should be good to go after that. So, of course, Leaf does not have a Major League Baseball license, much like Panini. The only one that has the MLB or even the minor league license falls to Topps. So, as such, Valiant is not going to have a team name printed on there. They're not going to have a city name printed on there. And the uniforms can be collegiate, they can be all-star, they can be minor league, it can be a variety of uniforms. Of course, all the logos and team names have been airbrushed out of them. And I'm telling you all this just to make sure that you know how these are awarded. Since there's not going to be a team name or team logo or even city name visible on the card, it's going to go to the team that the player is currently associated with. And if there's any question about where somebody is associated, MILB.com, which is the official website for minor league baseball, would be our deciding factor. MILB.com or MLB.com, either one. Because some of these guys who are in this product may have already been up to the majors at some point and could be found on maybe both websites, but one of those two official websites would be our determining factor if we don't know the answer. All right, so we are almost there. Well, if it is a Pat Mahomes base card, you would not get it because he is a veteran player. Obviously, if it's not a base card, then you would get it. So if you go back into the listing description, it tells you in pretty specific detail what goes to the teams and what doesn't. But essentially, the teams get everything but veteran base cards, which, of course, again, was listed in the title and at least 2 or 3 places in the listing description as well, including right there at the very top and then several places throughout as well to make sure that everyone had an opportunity to see that before deciding what they wanted to do on it. All right, so the first thing we see here looks like we have ourselves a Cameron Meisner, and that is numbered to 35, and I believe that is the Marlins. I will double check this stuff before it goes out the door, of course, but that is where I think that one goes. And then we've got another Cameron in behind it, numbered to, what did that say, 99, is Cameron Cannon, which I believe is the Red Sox. Brady McConnell, numbered to 99, would be, I think, the Royals. We have got ourselves a redemption for Wander Franco. That's an excellent hit. We all know where that goes. Tampa Bay Rays just kind of had their night made right there out of box number 1, right? So, yeah, Tampa Bay Rays got your Wander Franco nice and early. And then we have a Corey Lee. This is our graded card out of box number 1. You'll see that the card itself is graded to 9.5. The autograph is graded to 10, and it is numbered to 35 for Corey Lee. And that is Astros, the last that I'm aware of. And again, if there's any discrepancy in any of those, we'll make sure to sort it out. But I'm just telling you where I know them to be as of the last time I double checked it. This is Matthew Thompson. It is numbered to 99, and White Sox should be. Followed by a little Jordan, I'm going to butcher his last name, Balazovic. I can't get it out. We all know I can't get it out. And I honestly don't remember where he goes. I don't remember where he goes. We'll have to set him aside. We have got a 1-of-1 printing plate. This is Anthony Volpe. That's not a bad little hit there for the Yankees with the autograph 1-of-1 printing plate. And then we have Josh Young out next, numbered 299. And Josh, of course, going to the Texas Rangers. Brings us to another Josh Wolf on this one. And it is graded to 9.5. Autograph grades to a 10. The card is numbered to 5. And Josh Wolf is the New York Mets. Now, if we just find Josh Smith, we'd be all set, wouldn't we? We already found Wolf and Young. Let's just find Josh Smith, and then we'll all be good. Brian, you said you think that the Jordan card that I don't know, you think it goes to the Twins. Okay, cool. Now, you guys know, of course, I'm always going to verify that stuff, but certainly appreciate the input, and I'm sure that you are most likely right about that. Jack Kochanowicz, numbered 299. And I think he's the Angels. He's one that I kind of forget sometimes. I'm looking to see if I have any notes written down about him, and I don't, but I think he might be the Angels. I wouldn't swear to it. Andrew Dalquist comes out next. That is number 299 for Mr. Dalquist for the White Sox. Behind that, it is Nathan Patterson. Nathan is numbered 225 and goes to the Oakland A's. Behind that is a little Brett Batty. That is going to the Mets, and it is numbered 225. Our graded card, ooh, nice. It's Hunter Bishop, and that is a 9.5 card grade, a 10 autograph grade. Looks like the card is numbered to 35. And, of course, a good-looking Hunter Bishop hit there, headed to the San Francisco Giants. You said Kochanowicz is the Angels. Okay, good. Glad I got that one right. All right, I like that. Okay, we have got next up Matt Wallner. And Matt is numbered 299. And Matt is the Twins, I think. Oh, there's Josh Smith. I told you that's the only Josh we were waiting on. So the Yankees and Josh Smith, numbered 235, followed by a little Drew Waters, and that is numbered to 35 for the Braves. And then we have C.J. Abrams. It is numbered 25 for the Padres. And then Nico for the Cubbies on a rising stock insert. Card is graded to 9.5, autograph grades to 10. It is numbered to 25. Cubbies with your young rookie Nico Hornerer. Card captains, yeah, we definitely do these coming out one box at a time. But now when we get to Legacy, of course, we're still going to do it one box at a time, but we won't do it one pack at a time. I'll open all the packs out of the box first, and then we'll look through the cards. This just happens to be what would be the equivalent of like a one pack per box kind of product. Woohoo, Yankees. How about that? You like that, right? There's your Garcia for the New York Yankees, numbered 225. And behind it, there comes Gunnar Henderson. That one is also numbered to 25. Gunnar is an Oriole. And Nasim Nunez, numbered to 35. Why am I having trouble reading those numbers tonight? I don't know, but I am. I mean, my vision is a bit dicey sometimes. That was the Marlins, I believe. Joey Bart. Yeah, there's your number 2 overall draft pick from last year, headed to the San Francisco Giants, numbered to 99. And then Braden Schumach, card is graded to 9.5. The autograph grades to a 10. The card is numbered to 99, and it is heading to the Braves. It's heading on down to them Braves. Heading to the Braves, yeah. Sorry about that. Nick Quintana, that is numbered to 35. And Nick goes, where does Nick go? Oy, Nick Quintana. I know this one. He's either Tigers, right? Yeah, Tigers, maybe? I wouldn't swear to it, but I think that's right. Matt Gorski, that one happens to be numbered to 5, so that is one of the lower numbered hits that we have seen tonight. And Mr. Gorski is, I believe, the Pirates. TJ Sigma, number 235, New York Yankees. Gavin Lux, Dodgers, 99 on a rising stock insert. Our graded card, it is Bobby Witt Jr., Kansas City Royals, 9.5 card grade, 10. Autograph grade card is number 299, going to Kansas City. All right. What do we have coming out of this box? Well, he's trying to come out of his top loader too, wasn't he? Jimmy Lewis, numbered to 25. And Jimmy goes to the Dodgers. Christian Cairo, numbered to 99. And that is the Cleveland Indians. Isaiah Campbell is numbered to 25, and Isaiah Campbell goes to the Mariners. And then there is another one for our little man Nico, numbered to 35 for the Cubbies. Our graded card, it's headed Miami's way. J.J. Bleday, the talent. Insert 9.5 card grade, 10 autograph grade card, numbered to 99, going to the Miami Marlins. All right. We next see Joe Ryan. Joe is numbered to 99, and that is going to the Tampa Bay Rays. Alek Manoah, numbered to 35, and he goes to the Blue Jays. Brennan Malone, numbered to 25. Brennan heads off to the Pirates. I always want to say the Diamondbacks, but that's who he used to be. He got traded to the Pirates, so I always have to think about that one a minute. Brennan Malone to the Pirates. And if you're the New York Yankees, that's exactly who you wanted to see. I mean, yeah, you wanted to see some of the other stuff you've seen so far, but that's really who you want right there. Dominguez, numbered to 75. Nice one for the Yankees. Joshua Mears, that is on a, what does that say? New what? I don't even know what that says up there. Anyway, it's on New Dawn insert. Okay, there you go. It is graded to 9.5. Autograph is graded to 10. Card is numbered to 15. We're getting all the Joshes tonight. Joshua Mears is the San Diego Padres. Okay, moving on down the road, it is Michael Busch to 25 for the Dodgers. Quinn Priester, numbered to 25. Now, he is the Pirates. Did he get traded, though? Did he get traded? I always think he did, and then maybe he didn't. For some reason, he sticks out of my head, but for now, I'm going to say Pirates. I'll double-check and make sure he hasn't been traded. Shea Langeliers, numbered to 99. Shea is going up to the Atlanta Braves, or in my case, down to the Atlanta Braves. They're, south of me in Atlanta. Yordan Alvarez, rising stock, numbered to 99. That headed to the Astros. Graded card, Kyron Paris, grades to 9.5. Autograph grades to 10. Card is numbered 225, and Kyron is headed off to the Angels. All right. We have Hudson Head, and that is numbered to 25, and Hudson goes to the Padres? Maybe. Bryson Stott, numbered to 99. That's the Phillies. Joshua Mears, we saw him a minute ago, numbered to 99. He's the Padres. There's Dylan Carlson, numbered to 35. That is the St. Louis Cardinals. And our graded card is Ethan Hearn. And it's graded to 9.5. The autograph is graded to a 10. Card is numbered to 99. And Ethan Hearn is headed to the Cubbies. Next to last box, Valiant Baseball. Brings us Keone, I always butcher his name too, Cavaco. I feel like that's wrong. That is numbered to 25. Anyway, it goes to Minnesota Twins. That part's right. Dre Jameson, and Dre is numbered to 35, and he is going to the Diamondbacks. Next up is another Braden Schumacher. We saw him earlier, numbered to 25, going to the Atlanta Braves. And then there's J.J. Bleday coming out, numbered to 10, headed to Miami Marlins. Then we have Colin Barber. That's our graded card out of this box. 9.5 card grade, 10 autograph grade, numbered to 99. Colin Barber is the Houston Astros. Of course, they announced, I guess today it was, that the minor league baseball season, they just canceled the whole thing. So, man, that's tough on those guys. They don't make that much money to begin with. Not to mention to lose a year of development. We all kind of figured that was coming, but I'm still sad to see it happen. Sammy Ciani, numbered to 25. So finally one's gonna... Oh, no, he's a Pirate too, isn't he? I was getting ready to call him to somebody else, but that's not right. He's Pirate. Will Wilson, numbered to 35. Will Wilson is the Angels. No. He got traded. Will Wilson is not an Angel anymore. He's, help me, guys. Who did he get traded to? Oh, maybe the Giants, maybe, but he was traded. I'm 98% sure he's been traded. Seth Johnson, that is numbered to 35, and Seth Johnson goes to the Tampa Bay Rays. Next to last card is Riley Green, and Riley is numbered to 99. That, of course, is going to the Detroit Tigers. And our last hit, it's the graded hit, and it's Nasim Nunez. We saw him earlier, but not graded. And look at that. Woohoo! It's a perfect 10, right? The only one we've seen tonight that is a perfect 10 card grade, perfect 10 autograph grade. It is numbered to 35, and Mr. Nasim Nunez going to the Marlins, who had overall pretty good break, I think. All right, so we're going to recap this. Now, obviously, I'm not going to, flip them all over and show all the numbering again and read off all the teams again, etc., because it would be, well, just like doing the entire breakover since this product's all hits. But what we will do is take another little flip through our stack. So if someone joined us late, or you just need a second look at something, maybe you're watching it after the upload later and you scroll to the hits, that's what I would do. Well, here they are. And then, of course, once we finish this recap, we'll take another look at our spreadsheet information, and then we'll roll right into some Legacy Football. Legacy takes us a little while. It's a pretty long break. There's a lot of cards. There's a lot of packs. I'm going to say it'll probably take us an hour and a half, give or take 10 minutes. Legacy's not quick. It's a fun product. I like it, It replaced classics, which I always liked, but it does take a while. All right, so our graded, the 9.5 J.J. Bleday, which of course was the Marlins, the Bobby Witt Jr., to 9.5 for the Royals. Then we had the Braden Schumacher. Pretty much all these are 9.5 except the one that we had that was a 10. Let's just say it like that. That was the Braves. There's Nico for the Cubbies. And then, of course, you had the Hunter Bishop and Josh Wolf and Corey Lee. Here's our little nice perfect 10. That's Nasim Nunez. And then Colin Barber, followed by Ethan Hearn. Kyron Paris, and Joshua Mears. All right, so there we go. That is Valiant Baseball. Break number 1 is officially in the books. And we're getting ready to roll into some Legacy Football. And yeah, get yourself a snack. Settle in. This one's going to take us a while. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it definitely is. All right, so if you missed this earlier, here's the deal. I am projecting this to ship out the door on or before Monday. Normally it would have been projected to be out the door on Saturday, but since Saturday is the 4th of July, guess what? The post office won't be open to take it. So that's going to push us to a Monday projected date, and I'm going to do my best to actually get it out to you faster than that, but that would mean, of course, Friday, and since I'm not 100% sure I can get it done and out the door by Friday, we'll leave it set for Monday, and I'll do my best to get it to you faster. And, of course, nobody's going to get skunked in Legacy. There's tons of cards in there. I think everybody's going to pull cards there. But in Valiant Baseball, if you happen to not get a hit or pull a card in there, you will still get a package in the mail that will have consolation card or cards in it, and it will go out the door when the rest of the break ships because all of our paid shipping breaks are done like that. This is a 12-box inner case of 2020 Legacy Football. And, of course, this also ended tonight on eBay, Tuesday night, the 30th of June, same night that we are live streaming it. And we have got the team names there on the left-hand side, winning bidders cross from each team there up in lights. If you happen to be in our break tonight, you're going to get a chance to see your name up there. And now, yeah, let's get going on some Legacy. I gotta have a little drink of water too. Let me do that. Then we're gonna get going on some Legacy. Yeah, this is the time of year where I have to take so much allergy medicine. And I swear, man, that stuff, I mean, the idea, I guess, is that it's supposed to dry things up, right? I mean, so you don't have all the sniffling, sneezing, snorting, runny eyes, all that stuff. But it also just gives me terrible dry mouth. It really does. All right, we're going to try to do this way because it's easier digging into that box to extract them, and then I'll sort them out from there. That just is a little bit more manageable, I think, than trying to dig them out one at a time. Just seems to take forever and a day because they're in there pretty snugly, which of course is how we want them to be. We don't want stuff rolling around in there, going everywhere. All right, so Legacy. What are we looking for in here? 2 autographs per box. You'll see in little tiny letters where it says on average. Yeah, those are Panini's favorite words, on average. And what that means is this. Sometimes they mess up and they don't give us all the hits they're supposed to give us. And in which case, on average, is a little CYA for them. Other times, it means that we might have a hit replaced by a Panini Rewards point card. If that happens tonight, we will, of course, use random.org to award those at the end of the night. Now, of course, everybody knows, I'm sure, by now, that Veteran Base was a separate bidding category in this break. It does not ship to the teams. Everything else does ship to the teams. Literally, the only thing that was broken out separately is Veteran Base. So I know this question came up a minute ago. What is Veteran Base? Well, that's anything that isn't a rookie, right? Because you got rookie players, and anybody that isn't a rookie is a veteran player. So Veteran Base does not ship to the teams. Rookie cards do. All numbered cards, autograph cards, inserts, parallels, all that fun stuff to the teams as normal. Literally Veteran Base, the only thing that doesn't. That had its own bidding category, as of course I'm sure everybody saw, right? Because it was listed in the title and 2 or 3 times in the description and all over the place. So surely to goodness you guys saw that. But anyway, when we look through this first box, we'll go a little bit slower and talk about what we're seeing just so that we're all on the same page. and we get our first look at the inserts and things of that nature, then in our subsequent boxes we'll be going a little bit faster. Because otherwise, yeah, I mean, this product takes a pretty good little chunk of time. It's a lot of packs to open, takes a fair amount of the time, and then just a lot to look at. So slower through the first box, faster through the remaining. And so, guys, our rookies in here are going to be in their collegiate uniforms. So here's what that means. It means they are going to go to the current team. If they were drafted, well, that's easy. Then we know it goes to the team that drafted them, because nobody's been cut or traded yet because of, well, the way things are right now with sports and COVID. And if they were not drafted, but they have subsequently signed some kind of a deal with the team, they're going to go to the team that they've signed the deal with, okay? So now that we've clarified that, this is an example of veteran base, right? Not a rookie card, not a rookie player, a guy that's been around. And those are the ones that don't ship to the teams but go to the separate bidding categories. This, of course, it's easy to spot. It says rookie on it, huge letters. We know that one goes to the teams. That is a chrome parallel. Some of those will be prisms, i.e. refractors. Some will not. That was a base. This is, of course, an insert, a record book, a Legends insert, more rookie cards, that sort of stuff, all going to the teams. Once again, veteran base does not. Inserts, of course, all do. And what else can I tell you about these? Anything that we need to know on the paper cards will be numbered on the front. If we have any numbering for the chrome cards, it will be on the back. And it would be the prism versions that would be numbered. So just to give you a little idea about that. So that way we don't have to flip everything over every time. Unless it's a hit. We flip hits over, of course. There you go. There's one of the minis. We're going to find a couple of those in every box too. First one we see tonight is numbered to 75. It goes to the Giants, and it is Sterling Shepard. There's a timeless talent insert, more legends, couple of rookies, and that's kind of how things are going to look. Well, pretty much mostly as we go along, they're going to look more or less like what we're seeing right now. Might be a few other inserts we haven't come across yet, but not many. So there's an example of the chrome rookie that is the prism parallel. You can see that pretty little rainbow of colors on it. Doesn't happen to be numbered. Most of them probably won't be that are prisms like that, but we may find a few that are. And of course, the ones that we do find that way we'll point out. This one's going to be numbered, so it goes to the teams because it's a parallel, being that it is numbered. It's to 299 Keenan Williams, and it is going to the Chargers. Lots of rookie inserts in this product. That's, of course, part of the appeal. For the ages, I think that might be the first time we've seen that particular insert. Panini likes to challenge us by putting the cards going 100 different directions in the same pack. We'll see that happen along the way, too, of course. A couple more rookie cards, and we haven't seen any of our hits yet out of box number 1, have we? Not yet. All right, our yellow are numbered to 150 when we see the yellow parallels. So the red to 299, the yellow to 150. We've still got some green. We haven't seen any of those yet. Those, I believe, are numbered to 100, if I am remembering that correctly. Here's our other mini, and that is Henry Ruggs. It's, of course, the Raiders, and it is numbered to 100. And here's our first green of the night, to 100 on a Lasting Legacies insert, Randy Moss going to the Vikings. This will be numbered, or should be numbered. And it is a chrome rookie prism numbered to 100. Albert, whose last name I can't even begin to pretend like I know how to pronounce it, because I don't. But I think he's the Denver Broncos, even though I cannot pronounce his last name, even anything that would remotely sound like his last name. We still have not seen any of our hits yet, have we? By that, I mean our autographs. Numbered to 100, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. And finally, here's one of our hits. And we see Nate Stanley out first, and it is numbered to 100 with relic and autograph pairing there for Nate Stanley. And Nate is headed to, I believe, the Vikings. It's the first time we've seen this insert. It's called Fan Favorites. This particular one, of course, going to the Chicago Bears. I'm sure we will see plenty more of those before it is all said and done. And our second autograph out of box number 1, it is Tyler Johnson. It is also numbered to 100 for Tyler Johnson, and Tyler goes to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the first orange that we have seen tonight. Orange are numbered to 199. Zach Moss on that one. And under the lights inserts, first one we've seen of those. Those, I believe, have both rookie and veteran players on them. Of course, since they are inserts, they're always going to go to the teams, regardless of whether it's a rookie or veteran player. I'm just kind of commenting in general that I think we can probably find those in both places. I believe we can, anyway. Okay, so that is what box number 1 looks like, and more or less what our subsequent boxes are going to look like too. We may have another different numbered thing or a different insert here or there that we haven't seen yet, but most of what we're going to see, we probably saw some variation of it there in box number 1, most likely. So yeah, they have got, I got a new release calendar today, and they moved a few things around again, I think, but not much. They haven't moved much around, but I want to say our next football new release might be the 10th of July, although it seems like we should have one before that. The one I can think of is Contenders Draft Picks Football, or not Contenders, Chronicles Draft Pick Football, and that is, I believe, the new date on that is July the 10th, which they actually announced that date change a couple weeks ago because that product should have already been coming out and they had to move the date. But I think that might be our next football new release. I wouldn't swear to it. Maybe there's one in between, but I can't think what it is offhand. They have changed the dates on so many things so many times that I just don't. I have to color code my spreadsheet that I use to track the releases to like see what I've ordered and then what I actually was allocated out of what I ordered and where it's coming from and, you know, all that fun stuff. It's so bad. I've got it color coded at this point. You know, one color for releases that have been skipped and one for ones that have been moved, one for things that have been pre-ordered and there's no date for yet. I mean, it's a hot mess. But they're starting to get us caught up, so hopefully it won't be, too much longer. I don't know. Nice little Chase Young chrome rookie insert there. Of course, it wasn't numbered and it wasn't a refractor. That's how we know it's not numbered, but still nice. To 150, that one's going to the Dolphins. The yellow parallel there for Christian Wilkins. Sorry, just give me a second. I'm trying to get organized over there to keep things somewhat in order off on the sorting side of the table. Makes life easier later, which means, yeah, you get it a little faster if I can keep it organized. All right, first mini that we see out of this box is Colin Johnson. And we saw him a bunch out of the last break. I don't know what it'll be like tonight for him, but Colin Johnson came out a million times, it seemed like, out of the last break. And Colin is, what, the Jags, I want to say? Numbered to 100, that is Leighton Vander Esch and the Cowboys. If I could do a good wolf howl for you on that one, I would, but alas, I cannot. Cannot do a good one. All right, there is another Under the Lights. So Eric is asking when the Valiant is going to be uploaded. Well, of course, we're still in the middle of the break right now, so we can't do any uploading obviously until we finish up the break tonight. So as always, guaranteed to be up within 24 hours, but generally speaking, I mostly take care of it right after the break, and then it is up to YouTube to decide how long it takes them to quote-unquote process it. So sometimes that's shorter, sometimes that's longer. Tonight's total break will probably be fairly long, so it may be a few hours before it's up, but we do our best to get them up as quickly as possible. Numbered to 50, that is DK Metcalf and the Seahawks, with a mini that is numbered to 50. But yeah, definitely can't think about working on that until we actually get concluded with the break, since it's all, you know, one long video. Numbered to 299, that is Jerry Rice for the 49ers. I will say this too, sometimes, well, always YouTube posts a, what's the word I'm looking for? An archived copy of the break. So YouTube itself archives and saves a copy of the break. And that sometimes is up faster than what I upload. Again, depending on this unknown processing time. But one or the other of them you can usually see within a few hours. A Jonathan Taylor autograph. And it is it numbered? I guess it's not numbered. It is a prism though. I kind of thought it was going to be numbered, but then again, maybe all those were prisms last time. Were all the rookie autographs prism last time? They might have been. I don't know. Maybe. Jonathan Taylor, I believe, is the Colts. Bye-bye. I think that it is. There's a chrome rookie insert. Lots and lots and lots of rookies in here. They actually, I believe, have more inserts this year than we had last year. It seemed to me that way anyway. Out of the first case, it seemed that way when we were breaking it, and it seemed that way when I was sorting it too. All right, there is, see, I told you, it comes out a lot. There's a Colin Johnson autograph, and again, I think he's the Jags. And then we've got an orange here that is numbered to 199. That is Lynn Dawson for the Kansas City Chiefs. And a prism. Chrome rookie. Unnumbered for Anthony Gordon. And Anthony Gordon goes to the Seahawks. I'll be so glad when I have all those memorized, because I don't yet have them all memorized. It's a lot of guys to memorize at once, and then, you know, there's such a weird gap after the draft because no product was coming out, so then there was all kinds of time to forget it, and then in between there's such a big gap. Usually that stuff is just one right after the other, and it Seems like it makes it easier for me to memorize them than it has been this year. Or maybe it's just because I'm getting older. Oh, you're welcome, Eric. I'm sorry that you missed that originally, but I would say, you know, you got to give this break. Will probably take us an hour to an hour and a half, and probably an hour and a half in total. And then I'll have to do some cleanup after it and get things in their top loaders and all that stuff. And then after that, I'll be able to upload it, and however long it takes YouTube to do its thing. Some nights it does seem it's faster than others. So I don't really know why that would be. I mean, other than length. Obviously, the length of the video somewhat determines that. But I'm saying even if you had an hour video, some nights that hour uploads faster than other nights for whatever reason. Alrighty, we got a mini floating around here on the top. It's a nice little Chase Young for the Redskins, and numbered to 75. Behind that, we have numbered to 50, our first blue parallel of the night. It's going to the Dolphins with Dan Marino. And there's one to 150 going to the Falcons. See what I mean? Like, even in the same pack, they've got cards going upside down and sideways, and not sideways, but some go one direction, some go another, and there's no rhyme or reason. It's very strange. And some products, they're worse about that than other products, but it always drives me crazy when they do it. It's like, just put them all in there facing the same way, please. Nate Stanley with a rookie Prism Chrome insert. Did I get that out? I think that's it. This should be an autograph. It is an autograph, and we have ourselves Brian Edwards. That is a base unnumbered autograph for the Raiders. I see our other mini. I'm going to go ahead and fish it off the top of the pile there. Oh, it's Justin Herbert. Nice. Little mini for the Chargers. And Justin Herbert. And another Chrome rookie parallel, unnumbered. That one was J.K. Dobbins, who is a Raven. One of my cats just decided to jump in the empty box. You know, the case box that I took all these boxes out of. I just kind of tossed it on the floor there behind me. I just heard this big chunk. Cat's in there. I don't understand what the deal is with cats in boxes either. They're fascinated by them, though. They love them. Empty boxes. So strange. To $2.99, the Steelers and Terry Bradshaw. And it's like a universal thing, too. It's not like there's any cat alive that doesn't like an empty box. I don't think. They all do. To $199, there's Harrison Bryant. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Somebody's jumping off the pile. Let's see who that was. To $199 for the Texans. That's J.J. Watt. He doesn't seem to be any worse for the wear. And I think our culprit is the hit. You may have noticed that the chrome-coated ones, they have a tendency to kind of curve up, bow up a little bit. And then the other cards on them like to sit and spin around, basically. And Donovan Peoples-Jones, our autograph that tried to cause some problems by jumping off the pile, that goes to the Cleveland Browns. Wonder what the Browns are going to be like this year. As you know, Baker had a really good freshman campaign. Had a arguably pretty not good sophomore run of it. But listen, who didn't see that coming? That whole Freddie Kitchens thing. Everybody knew that was a disaster before it even got going. So it's going to be interesting to see what he looks like coming into year 3, into the junior campaign, if you will, to see if Baker can get things back on track up there in Ohio. Oh, I just now looked over there. You guys hadn't been chatting, so I hadn't been checking over there very much. Now I see I missed one. Sorry. Michael wanted to know about the Chase Young, but it sounds like Danny and Card Captains already filled him in and took care of that. So thank you guys for getting that answered for Michael. You know, chat was really quiet last night. It's been pretty quiet tonight, so I tend to not glance over there as much when it's kind of quiet. I know, I need to though, don't I? So that I don't miss questions. But you guys are always really good about helping each other out, too, and answering questions that come in, which I appreciate very much. See what I mean? Did you see that? Like the wrapper touched it, and then there's a chrome under there, and it caused all the paper cards just to spin on the pile. It gets crazy when they come out of there. And of course, they used to curve up a whole lot more than they do now. They used to be really bad. In recent years, they've gotten a little bit of a handle on that. It's not so dreadful as it was in the early days. We have come a long way in that regard, haven't we? Okie dokie. Let's see what we've got here. A red one. Is this our first red one that we've seen tonight? I want to say maybe it is. I wouldn't totally swear to it, but I think maybe it is. And it is C.J. Henderson. That is numbered to 50 on a red chrome parallel. And you know what? That's our first red chrome. We had red paper though, didn't we? Yeah, so I'm just looking through here to see if we had any other red chrome, because I should probably recap that, so we'll set that out separate. Anyway, C.J. Henderson, I think is the Jags, right? I believe. I always like getting those blank pack filler cards in there, because I use them for shipping and stuff. And they used to put them in a lot of products, and anymore, they only put them in a handful. And yeah, so I like getting those. I hoard those, and I hoard the advertising inserts, which I'm almost out of too. They used to put those in a lot of different products. Well, not a lot, but in Contenders and a handful of other things that you could find them in. And those don't seem to be as plentiful these days either. A little Dak Prescott under the lights insert, that one was. All right, we have got an autograph coming up here, and it is Tyler Johnson, who I believe we saw earlier, didn't we? See a Tyler Johnson earlier? I think we might have. I called him out for something. It might not have been an autograph, but I think it was. And it's Tampa Bay Buccaneers, regardless of whether or not we called it out before. That's where it goes. To 199, the Arizona Cardinals, Pat Tillman. And first autograph out of here. Isn't this our first out of this box? I think it is. It's number to 100, Cole Kmet for the Bears. Autograph and relic pairing on that one. So nice to see that. Always like getting a little relic with our ink, don't we? And there's an orange, numbered to 199, Keenan Allen for the Chargers. And here's a red one to 299, that's Kenny Golladay for the Lions. And under the lights there for Jake Fromm. I see a little mini that is coming our way, sitting on top of the stack up there. So I'm going to grab this little mini. It's red, so should be reasonably numbered, I would think. And our little red mini, well, we can get the sleeve open, happens to be a little Joe Burrow, numbered to a 75. And they give us the fun little spelling of his name, like he wore on the back of his jersey there for the one game to honor LSU, you know, thank the fan base, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so nice little Joe Burrow mini red to 75. With the Cajun spelling, the Bayou spelling, the Nolans spelling of it, however you want to say it. Numbered to 150, I grabbed the wrong sleeve. Chenault. Yeah, we don't want them running around there in that other one, because it was too big. Here's our second mini from this box. It's Julius Peppers going to the Carolina Panthers. All right, get our little blank block cards out of the way. You said Henderson is the Jags. Is that what I said, or did I say something different? I'm not sure. I think that's what I said, but I would not swear to it. The other night I was looking at something, and I don't remember what color it was, but I looked at it, and I think I called it a completely different color. Like, I don't know, like it was yellow and I called it blue, or it was red and I called it green or something. And I'm like, what just happened there? I have no idea why I just did that. So every once in a while, yeah, something like that kind of just comes rolling out, whether I mean for it to or not. And sometimes I don't even realize I do it. Like I was breaking something not too awfully long ago, and whatever sport it was, like I called it out for the opposite team, or the opposite sport. So like if we were baseball, I would have said it was the Philadelphia Eagles instead of the Phillies, or vice versa. And I didn't even realize I had done it, and somebody was laughing about it in chat, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even register that I had said it. So, yeah, I may have said something different, but if I did, sorry. All right. Let's see what wonders await us here. Number 2/100. It's Chris Carson and the Seahawks. So do you all like this this release better than Classics, the same as Classics, or less than Classics? Because, you know, it replaced Classics, basically. They introduced Legacy the year that they did away with Classics in football. Number 299. That is Javon Kinlaw. I do like this product, but I kind of miss Classics too. I did always like that product. Because, well, I don't know. I have an affinity for the cards that have that kind of look and feel sometimes, you know. I guess it just reminds me anyway of when I was a kid and that sort of thing, so. Troy Aikman and the Cowboys. That happens to be numbered 225. So nice low number Aikman out for Dallas. And a mini. And this little mini is numbered to 75. It's going to the 49ers. It's Raheem Mostert. Mostert, is it Mustard or Mostert? Mostert, maybe. Heard it pronounced a million times, still didn't get it right. Jonathan Taylor, that one, an Under the Lights Prism insert. We see, of course, lots of Under the Lights, but they're not always Prism. In fact, they're probably mostly not Prism, and occasionally they are. I know, I move those a lot. I don't like the stacks to get very high. I don't know what to tell you. It just bugs me if the stacks get really high. I don't know why. It just always has. I just don't like them to be high. So I move them off frequently. A mini Christian Wilkins for the Dolphins. Number 150, it is the yellow parallel of Fred Taylor for the Jags. A red parallel numbered to 299, and it is for Chandler Jones and the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, we have got a points card that just went through. And you may have recalled me mentioning this at the beginning of the break. Sometimes points cards replace hits. That's what happened to us in this box. So that points card there, it's going to hang out with us until the end of the night. And then I'll use random.org to find a home for it at the end of the break. The hit that we do get, oh, it is a doozy. It's numbered to 5. Oh, Chargers, look at that. There's your man, Justin, numbered to 5. Look at those relics. That is, oh, that's a beautiful hit. I like that very, very much. Really, really nice if you've got the Chargers. Makes you pretty happy, I would say. Little water break there. All right, that was a very productive box with especially that last hit. Nice. All right, give me 1 second. I want to rearrange a couple of things over here to give myself a little more room to organize what is coming out of here. And then we'll rip into the next one. Just give me 1 second. All right. Ah, Raymond, you like that hit for the Chargers? Me too. Me too. Low number, very nice looking relics. I mean, kids definitely got some upside, and yeah, I agree with you. Well, that wrapper didn't cooperate, did it? Not too much at all. You know what I just realized? My neighbors aren't setting off fireworks. Now that I've said that, they'll probably immediately start. But pretty much the entire month of June, they have set off fireworks every single night for a month. So now we're actually getting close to the 4th of July, and I don't think they've set any off tonight. How weird, right? Maybe they used them all and I don't have any left. So 150, it is Aaron Donald and the Rams. Of course, now that I've said that, they'll probably immediately start. That's Murphy's Law, right? I bet fireworks sales have been probably booming. Because, I mean, what else do any of us have to do, right? It's just like, look at buy some fireworks and set them off. I don't know. All right, we have got a mini Jerry Rice for the 49ers. I mean, I don't know about where you are, but around here, I mean, we don't have movie theaters open yet or anything. And honestly, even if the movie theater was open, I think I would not want to go there right now. I mean, I would want to go. I would want to go and see movies, but I wouldn't want to take the risk, I don't think. So, and then, of course, we've got no sports to watch. There's no new television on. Watching a lot of reruns and a lot of Netflix and Disney Plus. Cam Akers, that one is numbered to 25. It's a mini that is, I guess we'd call the gold parallel of the mini. And Cam Akers is the Rams. I wish they would just go on and release all the movies on home video or streaming first. Just skip the theater. I mean, they were doing that for a while, and then they stopped doing that. To 100, it is Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. But hey, I would gladly pay the $20 or whatever to get some of the movies that should have already been out but have been pushed back. I would happily pay the $20, and we could all... Really, it's probably cheaper in the long run. By the time, you pay for tickets for everybody and pay for snacks and all that stuff. Cost you less just to buy the thing and stream it. So yeah, I would do that. That's probably why they don't do it though, right? Movie theaters are like, no, we don't want you doing that, because then everybody's going to always want to watch from home. Number to 199. It's DeAndre Swift. But we're close to getting sports back. If nothing derails it, we'll have baseball and basketball both back at the end of the month, if everything stays the course. Derek Brown is our next autograph hit. And Derek goes to the Panthers, numbered to 100. The green parallel, that's Devin Bush for my little Pittsburgh Steelers. And then we've got another hit on the horizon here. And that is A.J. Dillon. I believe that says 399 for our numbering, doesn't it? I think it does. It's a pretty good looking relic too, actually, for A.J. Dillon. So the Packers with a hit headed their way. I see a little cracked ice sparkling in the background there that we're going to get to momentarily. Meanwhile, numbered to 299, let's see if we can get the right sleeve. For the Bengals, it's Joe Mixon. And our cracked ice, it is Joe Burrow. Very nice. Under the lights, Joe Burrow and the Bengals, numbered to 10. So it's like a pink, maybe technically not cracked ice since it's numbered to 10. They have another name for that too. But anyway, it's pink and it's to 10, and that's the important part, and it's Joe Burrow. So there you go. Trying to think what they call that pattern when they don't call it cracked ice. They have another name for it. Crystals, maybe. So the other thing they call it. So that might technically be pink crystal as opposed to cracked ice, which is usually numbered to 25 or 23. But either way, it's Joe Burrow to 10, and it's a good hit if you've got Cincinnati Bengals. So that's the important part. Thomas is here. Hi, Thomas. Valiant did go already. It sure did. It was the first one up tonight. And it didn't take very long, you know. So it took us maybe, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes, something like that. And then we embarked upon the long journey that is Legacy. And we still got quite a ways to go for Legacy. Probably another 45 minutes or so before we'll be finished with this one. But yeah, that one's already gone. But who'd you have, Thomas? Maybe I can remember. I probably can't remember, frankly, what came out, except for one or two. But who'd you have? Maybe I can tell you, have a general idea, or somebody else may remember better. The Mets. There were Mets in there. There were definitely Mets in there. Brett Batty was in there, I think. And you might have had Josh, and I think you had at least those two Mets, I think. Now, again, don't 100% quote me on that, but I think you had those two, and maybe, I don't remember if there's any others or not, but I want to say you had those two. I think. You know how my memory is, Thomas. I do well to remember what we saw 5 minutes ago. But that, for whatever reason, that I do sort of remember. Maybe I got more sleep last night. so my memory's better today. I don't know. Anyway, I'm pretty sure we didn't send you home empty-handed. All right, we're seeing it early. Lynn Bowden Jr. Las Vegas Raiders. And then we've got a green numbered to 100 here with Jacob Eason. And Jacob goes to the Colts. Got a red parallel numbered to 299. Pittsburgh Steelers. It is Big Ben Roethlisberger. You know, he did some kind of a talk recently. I don't remember if it was like Fellowship of Christian Athletes or somewhere else, but something like that, where I guess he admitted, like in his early career, all of his various vices and things he had problems with and was addicted to and whatever. And I thought that was a good thing that he kind of came out and admitted all of that stuff. Kirk Cousins to 100, the Vikings, and then talked about how he worked to overcome it, etc. You would think it would probably be hard. You know, you're young when you go to the NFL and you've all of a sudden you've got all that money and all that kind of instantaneous fame, plus youth, plus money. I mean, truthfully, it's a wonder any of them make it out in one piece. Wow, this is nice. But you know, we got two different teams in play here. And this is Tua and Jerry Jeudy. And it is numbered to 10. And isn't that a thing of beauty? Yeah, it is. The only problem is Tua is a Dolphin and Jerry Jeudy is a Bronco. So that means unless the same person happens to own both teams, which would be fantastic, and they would take it, of course, either way. But if the same person doesn't own both teams, we will have to use random.org to figure that one out at the end of the break, to figure out where it goes. So, yeah, we've got that on the horizon. But that's a really nice hit. I just hate that one team is potentially going to have to go home without it, unless, again, the same person owns both, the Broncos and the Dolphins. Number to 150, Peyton Manning and the Colts. And if we do random, here's how it will work. And I'm assuming that we probably will have to do it. It works like this. When we have 10 or more items in a list, we do random just once. That's what we'll do on the Panini Rewards points, because we have obviously 32 NFL teams. So when we do the rewards points, we'll copy and paste the 32 teams in there, run random one time, and whoever ends up in the number one spot will take that home. Now, when we get to our card here, we're going to have only two teams involved in that. And whenever we have 9 or fewer items in a list, random is run 3 different times, and the first 2 don't count, and only the third random decides. So that would be the 2 different ways we'll be doing random. Now this is numbered to 50. This is going to be our Dare to Terror card, and it is Ezekiel Elliott for the Cowboys. And of course they have taken a page from Topps, who for years, and Allen and Ginter, has done what is called a rip card. And this is Panini's version of a rip card called Dare to Tear. So you can leave it intact just like it is, or you can decide to rip it open and see what other smaller cards are inside of it. So yeah, that'll be a decision time for somebody when they get it. CeeDee Lamb, numbered to 100. That goes to the Dallas Cowboys, who, of course, also just got our Dare to Terror card. To 199, the Rams. I see our mini. It's another red parallel mini. And are you even believing that? Number to 75, we got a second red mini Joe Burrow out of the same case. That's crazy. There are only 75 in the total print run, and we just pulled 2 of them out of the same case. You must be living right, as my grandmother would say, if you have the Bengals, or would have said. She's passed long since, but yeah, if something went really well, she'd say you were living right, or it must be holding your mouth right, or she had lots of little fun things like that she would say. I always think of that. All right, what did I do with my knife? There it is. That's what I get for laying it in a different place, isn't it? Couldn't find it. talked last night a little bit about Cam Newton to the Patriots. I've still just been thinking about that. And, you know, after you have all the Patriots that are taken off, been traded, hit free agency, retired, etc., you know, you looked at it. Now, keeping in mind I'm a Steelers fan, but you look at it and you think, okay, well, the Patriots, their run is, you know, over. They're probably done for a while. They're in rebuilding mode. And then when they come up and get Cam Newton, and man, if that guy comes back halfway decent from his injury, they may not really be done with their run. And considering how many times they have been the roadblock for the Steelers in recent years, oh, that kind of gives me pause. I am just like, oh man, because I'm thinking, oh yeah, okay, there's a little light at the end of the tunnel, and then whoops. And you know, just on a 1-year deal and a relatively low deal, $7-8 million, right, we say that like that's not a lot of money. Well, it's not to them, but it certainly would be to me. But anyway, you know he's out to prove something. And oh boy, I don't know. To 199, Kalijah Lipscomb. So for, I don't know, a few weeks there, I guess I thought, whew, we can breathe easy. And then, whoops, maybe not. There comes good old Cam Newton. A Dak Prescott Under the Lights Prism. That is not numbered. But, again, we don't find a ton of those under the lights that are, that are prisms. Ooh, the plot thickens. This is pink and crystal, or we're going to go with crystal because I think cracked ice, as I said, is always to 23 or 25. Jared Pinkney to 10. And we found the nice big full size of this of Joe Burrow earlier. Now we get a mini Jared Pinkney to 10. And that is, if I'm not mistaken, the Falcons, right? Isn't he a Falcon? I think he is. And then, of course, we had the nice Justin Herbert to 5. All in all, this has been a pretty good little case so far. We've got a bit left to go as well. So, let's see what else we can find. We have LaMichael Pirine, and it is numbered to 399. Autograph and relic paired there for LaMichael Pirine. And that goes to the Jets. Jets. A Yellow Legends to 150. Deion Sanders. Speaking of the Falcons, kind of goes that way sometimes, doesn't it? You get like one hit in a box in the same team. Next thing you know, they've got another hit in the same box. A little bit like that in here sometimes. Anyway. Card captains, you have the Broncos and you want to buy out the other half of the card to 10. Well, that's the Dolphins. And Tua, I don't know if the Dolphins are going to let you buy it out. But if you did, you guys have to work that out amongst yourselves. I would still, honestly, I would still run random and I would still ship it to however it came out in random. And then if you all worked out a deal otherwise, then that would be between the two of you. I will not insert myself into the middle of that sort of thing. So, yeah, I can't. That opens the door to way too many problems when you're dealing with an eBay situation. If it were, you know, a non-eBay break, that might be one thing. But with an eBay break, I'm afraid I can't do that, my friend. Learned that the hard way a long time ago. That is A.J. Epensa with our mini. I think he is the Buffalo Bills. That Albert the Dare to Tear was for the Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott. Which card captains wants to know who has the Dolphins. Off the top of my head, I do not remember. Of course, it was there on the spreadsheet, but I don't actually truthfully, most nights I'm in such a hurry to get everything done. I'm just cutting and pasting without really absorbing that information. Tre'Davious White to 199 for the Bills. So I couldn't tell you off the top of my head who has them. But if you're watching live and you have the Dolphins and you want to speak to working on that with card captains, you might jump into chat and let him know. That is Lance Allworth. It is numbered to 100, the green parallel for the Chargers. Oh, I see somebody has jumped in there. Okay, cool. That is Grim Metal Gaming has jumped in there already and answered that. So Cole Kemet and the Bears. Chicago Bears under the lights autograph. A Legends to 299 with the red parallel. It's Randy Moss and the Vikings. And we got one more little stack left to look at out of this box. All right, what do we have here? Yeah, that's what Grim says. No, says only reason he's here is to try to hit a Tua autograph. I hear you. I kind of figured that would be the case. When you had the Dolphins on the other side of a card, that's a tough buyout right there because, well, being what it is, I can't say I would give up a Tua either, or even the chance at Tua. I do think Jerry Jeudy's going to be pretty good, though, just by the way. But yeah, it's all about potential right now. The preseason is like Bowman is to baseball, right? It's kind of like playing the stock market. It's all about perceived potential until they actually get out on the field and show us what they can do in the league. Because some guys, really, their skills translate much better than you think that they would looking at their college career. And then some guys, well, we all know how that goes. Some guys, their skill set does not transfer well. Or they just act crazy and lose their minds like Johnny Manziel did. And that happens too sometimes. Yes, we have had some pulls for your Chargers. Skip the base, we absolutely have. And of course, you probably remember that we recap at the end, so we're not too terribly far from that point. We've got 4 boxes left, and that includes the one that's coming out on the table. So the one that's coming out and 3 more full ones behind it. And then a couple of things to do by way of random. And then, of course, after that, we'll get into a little recapping, and you'll get another chance to take a look at it. But yeah, you for sure have had hits. Or at least a hit. And I think, yeah, at least a hit for your team. I shouldn't say hits because I don't know about hits, plural, but hit for sure, yeah. This is green. It is numbered to 100. And it is a little Henry Ruggs out for the Raiders. We've got a mini. And that would be Chase Young for the Redskins. We saw another Chase Young mini earlier, but I think that one was, maybe the earlier one might have been numbered. Let's go ahead and get our second mini out of the way here. I believe it's going to be numbered to 25, the gold parallel. In fact, it is. And that was A.J. Epensa, which is going to be for the Buffalo Bills. Numbered 250, we have a Devin Hester for the Chicago Bears. And another one numbered to 50, Marquise Hollywood Brown, the Ravens. Still seems like all those guys, all of last year's rookies, it still seems like should be rookies because we haven't seen anything of the new guys yet. So I'm still thinking of all of last year's rookies as rookies. Of course, they're not anymore, but that's how I think of them. We've got ourselves a Michael Pittman Jr. And that is autograph relic paired together and numbered to 299 for Michael Pittman Jr. going to the Colts. And here comes our other one. So we've got our two autographs. Whoops, I keep getting the wrong sleeve. Our two autographs coming out there just about one right after the other. Not quite, but close. And that one has on it KJ Hill. KJ Hill is also the Chargers. An Under the Lights Prism of Tom Brady, still a Patriot on that card, so of course goes to the team on the card as normal. I always point that out because he was traded, and so since it says Patriots on there, just want to make sure everybody knows what's what with that. To 299, Chase Claypool. That would be my little Pittsburgh Steelers. Quiet year for Steelers rookies. Of course, traded away our first-round draft pick last year to get Minkah Fitzpatrick from the Dolphins. So, not a big rookie class in the products this year for the Steelers. To 299, Kenny Golladay and the Lions. Well, that we know of. You never know, right? I mean, somebody could turn out to be something spectacular. We certainly the Steelers have made some late round picks that worked out really well along the way. One of them being Antonio Brown until he lost his mind. Yeah, because he totally just, went off the kind of the edge there. I don't know that he'll ever get back in the NFL either. Because I think he just burned too many bridges. I mean, even with the way he behaved after he left the Steelers, everything that happened with the Raiders, and then everything that happened with the Patriots, and then everything that happened after he got let go from the Patriots, and all the stuff he said about Mr. Kraft and all that. I just think the guy just burned every bridge out there at that point. I don't think he'll ever be back in the NFL. She had a wealth of talent too, but just, I don't know, by all accounts, maybe a little too egotistical. Is that the word I'm looking for? Maybe. I don't know. I knew one of my reps at one of the card companies used to work for the Steelers organization in like PR or something. So he would arrange stuff like the player appearances and whatnot. And he said Antonio Brown was always like really late to stuff and just didn't really want to show up or act right. And He was supposed to be doing an event with Madden because, of course, he was on the cover. And it was at a hospital. It was like at a kids wing of a hospital. And he was supposed to be there for that event. And he did finally show up. But they said he came in like 2 hours late or something and had never even called or anything. And, you know, I mean, that's kids waiting for him. And I just thought, oh, that's just awful. And the guy said, yeah, that's like the half of it. That's that he was diva. That's the word I was looking for before. That's what he referred to him as, a diva. And that's numbered to 299, Brian Edwards. And that was just, oh, that was disappointing to hear because at that point, that was before everything that has subsequently had come out. So, okay, we have got a red mini Urlacher numbered to 75 for the Bears. I see our other mini, so I'm just going to go ahead and get it at the same time. And this one is Chris Godwin for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I need to get another package of sleeves. Oh, wait, here's some behind me. Okay. Have some closer by than I thought. Oh, this has been a good case, guys. It really has. We've hit a lot of nice stuff out of here. Here's another one. Numbered to 35, headed to the Buffalo Bills. It is Jake Fromm under the lights autograph. I mean, think about what all we've hit. I mean, this has been decidedly a quite productive case. And we still got a ways to go, so we may find even more. To 199, Pinckney. Well, I mean, we're definitely obviously going to find more hits, but you know what I mean. More really good hits. I think you know what I was trying to say there. You said not much for the Chiefs, Scented Army. Yeah, we haven't probably seen a whole lot of Chiefs, have we? I mean, there'll definitely be Chiefs in here, but we probably haven't seen a whole lot. I'm going to agree with you on that. Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys. That one is numbered to 25. There's an Under the Lights Julio Jones Prism for the Falcons. Well, good grief. They were trying to slide in underneath one another there, weren't they? Doing an end run on me. Albert, whose last name I cannot even attempt to pronounce. That is the Broncos. I'm just going to call him Albert O. What do you think about that? To 299, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Winston. There's Nate Stanley again. We've seen a fair amount of Nate Stanley here and there, including at least one autograph, maybe more. All right, we are 10 boxes completed and 2 boxes remaining. And then, of course, after we finish that, we will have 2 things to deal with in random. Got 2 sitting up there in housekeeping. One is the 250 rewards point card. The other is the dual autograph of Tua and Jerry Jeudy. So both of those things will be done after we finish looking through our cards. Then once we accomplish random.org, then of course we will do a recap. In our recap, we'll take a look at autograph hits and our minis and some of our select lower numbered hits. You know, the things in the like 25 to 50 range, something like that. You need Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Is it Hilaire or Hilare? How do you say his last name? I always butcher last names. But, yeah, I will work on that for you. We'll see if we can conjure that up. You said you spent so much money on the breaks, you should have just bought a rookie card. Oh, listen, we've had that debate here many times. And I am the exact same way, and I think many people who are in the break probably are the exact same way as you are about that. But listen, for me, it really doesn't mean the same thing. It really doesn't. I never like a card as much if I go buy it as I do if I either pull it in a box that I have purchased for myself, you know, or I hit it in a break where I bought a spot in someone else's break. And I always like those cards so much better than the rare occasion where I just buy the card outright. I don't know why that is. It's just not as much fun. It's not as rewarding to me. And frankly, I just don't like the card as much. And I know exactly what you're saying. There are times when I'm chasing something that I think, man, I could have bought that card 20 times over, but it just doesn't feel the same. So I just keep trying to hit it the other way. I know, I got problems, don't I? It's Julio Jones to 100, the Falcons. But there's a reason, I guess, that we all like breaking, isn't there? That lights up that reward center in our brains when we hit. Number to 100, it is Joe Montana out for the Niners. But yeah, I've definitely been where you are. For one thing, I chased a 2010 rookie card of Antonio Brown for like ever and ever and ever. And I finally hit it in a break out of 2010 plates and patches, and that's what I was always buying into. There's somebody on eBay who used to break that all the time. I mean, I broke it too, but obviously I don't get into my own breaks. But anyway, and I would buy into it, and I would never hit it. And the few times when I either wouldn't buy into the break or I would get outbid or whatever, then it would hit. And it used to just frustrate me to no end. It says Keenan Allen to 100 for the Chargers with our mini. And I absolutely could have bought that card 100 times over. And then finally, I just gave up. I'd still bid on it, but I would just stop watching the breaks. I just figured, you know, I knew the guys pretty well that ran it. And I thought, you know what, if I hit it, they'll send it to me. And then one night I was doing a break, and one of my regular customers came in and said, oh, congratulations on hitting that AB. You know, they knew I was after it. It's to 150 Christian Wilkins for the Dolphins. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What AB are you talking about? And they go, oh, you hit that the other night. I was like, wait, what? So, of course, after the break, I went back and watched the video. And, yeah, sure enough, I'd hit it to 25. But, man, did I spend a lot of time and effort to do it. That is a Grant Delpit rookie prism chrome. Yeah, couldn't get that out for a minute. Rookie prism chrome. A mini Legends Joe Namath for the Jets. You said skip the base. You said you did that with Calvin Ridley on his rookie year. You kept trying to buy the Falcons and all the contenders, and you never pulled one, but you could have bought 10 of them. I know. I mean, I'm telling you, I think we've all probably, out of everybody that's watching this break right now, I would say at least half and probably more have done that exact same thing as what you and I have done. It's just the nature of it, I think. It's part of loving breaks. It's the in and out, the up and down of it. I don't know. All right, this is Cam Akers, and it is number 399 for Mr. Cam Akers, and that is the Rams. Scented Army, you've been buying into 2013 boxes for a Travis Kelce rookie. Oh, listen, I used to break a ton of 2013 stuff. I don't have any of it anymore. But a few years ago, before my local card shop was sold to someone else, the original guy who owned it had a ton of stuff like that, and I was always putting together, I mean, we did all kinds of breaks of older products and mixers and things like that, and I used to break an absolute ton of 2013, but I haven't, anymore. I don't even have any more of it, but there for a while, we broke it often. And I did see some Travis Kelce, but I didn't, he was never one that you saw in abundance. At least I didn't, out of 2013 products, but for sure we pulled him some. It's Preston Williams, Dolphins, $2.99. And I'm trying to think, it does seem like there was one product where we would see him a little bit more than others, and right off the top of my head, I can't think what it was. But it wasn't out of contenders. It was something else. It might come to me. What will happen is it will come to me in the middle of the night, and I'll sit straight up in the bed at like 4 a.m. and be like, oh yeah, it was da-da-da-da-da. But anyway. Alrighty. This is Will Shields. Hey, Kansas City Chiefs after all. With a little Hall of Famer autograph. How about that? Some throwback ink for KC. Right when you were kind of giving up, we come through for you there on the next to last box. I always like it when that happens. Number to 299. It is Terry Bradshaw and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And what else do we have? That's it. That's it out of that little stack, isn't it? We got one box left. It is a little last box mojo time. Ryan, that is not who it was that I was breaking with before. On the particular break that I was talking about was not with that person, but yeah, for sure. I do know who you're talking about there, but that's not who it was. Yeah, see, exactly. Skip the base. Right. Momentum. Yeah, we broke a lot of momentum. We broke Panini Black, which they're bringing back, by the way, this year, Panini Black. And we haven't seen it since, what, was 2013 last year we had it? Or did we also have it in 2014? Maybe 13 was the last year that we had Black. Well, we're getting it back this year. Reconfigured, of course, but getting it back. But yeah, we did Momentum, we did Contenders and Elite, and I had a ton of 2013 stuff. We broke that a lot. We broke 2010 and 2011 a lot. I used to love to break 2011 Prime Signatures, and we broke that a zillion times. And I haven't been able to find that anywhere in a couple of years. But we used to break that really regularly, and I really enjoyed it, too. I like a lot of that older stuff. Crown Royal, we broke that a lot. Trying to think what else we did quite a bit of. I don't know. I'd have to look back through some of the, spreadsheets and stuff from a few years ago to remember exactly what, but it used to be a lot of it. But yeah, since my store, my local card shop got sold, and those guys who bought it, they're like Pokemon guys, right? And Magic the Gathering and all that stuff. So, needless to say, it's not the same as when I had Larry there, who always had good old stuff you could get. He had stuff even as far back as like 2010 in basketball and in a lot of stuff. He had a lot of older stuff. Now, some of it was priced kind of high, but some of it was very reasonable. But I don't know. I always liked going in there and wheeling and dealing with Larry. And yeah, now we got these other guys in there. So It is yellow to 150, Lawrence Taylor and the Giants. He tried to sell me that store, and in many ways, I wish I had bought it. I thought about it. I really thought about it. It's to $2.99, Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys. But at the end of the day, I just didn't think I had time, because you have to commit to being there and having a certain number of actual open store hours. And I thought, between all the breaking and the other stuff, I wouldn't even have 5 minutes a day to have a life. Jonathan Taylor, and that is a Prism Rookie Chrome Parallel. And none of my family wanted to work or help with it, because I thought, well, it's kind of hard to... You don't want to say it's hard to trust people to run it, but yet it's hard to trust people to run it. Because, it's a lot of loose packs in there. It's not just all sealed boxes and cases, and I don't know. Anyway, I didn't buy it, so it doesn't matter, I don't guess. To $1.99, Julian Edelman and the Patriots. So... the people who have it now, they're into other stuff more than sports. Ooh, last box mojo, bringing it home, baby. This really has been a good case. And it is numbered to 35. There is a red parallel, Chase Young for the Redskins. And this case is the gift that keeps on giving. It has been good to us so far. The red paper parallel is numbered to 299, and it brings us Courtney Davis. But yeah, I do miss breaking a lot of that older stuff. It was a tremendous amount of fun. But these days, we don't have much of that to get around with. Von Miller, number 250, the Broncos Mini. I know, I'm shuffling it because I'm trying to save the last hit just so we have one towards the end. I know, cruel and unusual punishment, isn't it? I know, it's so bad, but I just didn't want to see them all, right at the start when we still had cards to look through, so... And our last mini, it's Jordan Love. Well, how about that? Mr. Jordan Love just hung out way to the way end to make an appearance, didn't he? Kind of. Although, the Packers had some other hits earlier. I mean, they didn't have Jordan Love, but they had some other hits. But now you got a Jordan Love mini, so... adds to your tally a little bit anyway. And our last autograph out goes to the Raiders. It is another Lynn Bowden. But this one is numbered to 25. Hey, hey. Gold parallel. And the Raiders. Don't sleep on Bowden. Now I'm telling you. If Chucky uses him right and doesn't just try to cram him into a straight running back and not use his athleticism and his ability to do other things, if Chucky will act right and use him properly, he'll be pretty good. And this is a purple parallel numbered to 10. And it is Michael Thomas for the Saints. So we had a lot of stuff numbered to 10 in here tonight, more so than usual, I think. And there we have it, and there we are. But we still have some work to do, don't we? Yeah, we do. Got some housekeeping chores to take care of. And then after that, we will have some recapping to take care of. And then after all of that, we'll put up the anticipated shipping dates and all that fun stuff again. But first things first. Random.org, refresher course. It looks like this. This is going to have 10 or more items in our list because there are 32 teams. Every team is in the running. Actually, there'll be 33 bidding spots because veteran base is a valid bidding spot as well. So it'll be 33 in there. So when we have 10 or more items in random, we run random one single time. Whoever ends up on top after we run random that one time will take the 250 rewards point card. After we do that, we've got this beautiful dual card here, Tua and Jerry Jeudy involved. So we've got Broncos and Dolphins there. Now, since we have just 2 items in our list, anytime I have 9 or fewer items in random.org, I run random 3 different times. The first 2 do not count. Only the third and final random will make the decision on the dual autograph. But first things first, we've got 250 rewards points that need to find a new home. So let's jump over here to the spreadsheet and do a little copying that we can paste here in a moment. And again, veteran base, since it was a bidding spot, has a shot at getting the points card the same as anybody else would in here tonight that has a bidding spot. I know, that's a new thing, right? I don't know. Random's been doing that lately, and I don't really know why, but it does. So there you go. Okay, so I'm going to scroll through here. You can see that all of the teams were properly copied and pasted in. And good luck, everybody. It is one random this time. Takes 250 points card. And it is going to the Buffalo Bills. All right, so where's my Sharpie? My handy Sharpie. 250 points awarded to the Bills using random.org. That, of course, replaced one of our hits somewhere along the way. Now, we've got this card. I always go top to bottom or left to right, depending on how the card is oriented. This card would be oriented top and bottom. We can tell by where the autographs are placed. And so that is going to give us Tua and the Dolphins on top, Jerry Jeudy and the Broncos on the bottom. Would be the same if we looked at it left or right from the back. So Dolphins are going to be typed in first, and the Broncos will be typed in second. Remembering, again, only the third random counts. The first 2 do not and will not count. But we will make sure we have 2 different team owners, which I think we figured out by looking at chat anyway, but we're going to double check it, verify it here, make it all official like. There's the Dolphins, and let's see who has our Broncos. Yeah, we definitely have 2 different teams involved, which we kind of knew, but now it's confirmed and official like. All right, so Dolphins and Broncos, here we go. Good luck to you both. You ignore the first one, you ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. And there it says 3 times. Our date and time stamp is on there. It ends up falling to the Broncos. So the Denver Broncos end up getting the dual card here by way of random.org. Now what I'm going to do is write that down so that I don't forget it, because I'm ultimately, I think, you know what, let's go ahead and do that now. I think I'm going to go ahead and case that, so give me just a second. And that way I can go ahead and bag it and tag it, if you will, while I am sitting here. Okay. So now this is safely tucked away, and I'm just going to label it up here on the back of the bag so that I can remember without having to go back later and watch the video. When it comes time to mail it out, we'll know where it goes. All right, so this is Broncos. We used random.org for that. It is numbered to 10. So that is also, well, we can still recap that again in a minute. We'll get back to that. Let's go ahead and take care of this other recap first. So we're going to just do a quick run through our minis here. We're not going to flip them all over and go through all of that again. But what we will do is just take a look, keeping in mind the red ones are, this one I will flip over just to demonstrate the red ones are numbered to 75. We'll see a few of them. And the gold ones are numbered to 25. The others are a variety. Well, actually, we're going to have to flip this one too because that's numbered to 10. And that is Pinckney there for the Falcons. And there's a couple of Joe Burrows in here to 75. That's one of them. And there's, of course, the nice Cam Akers that is a gold. I'm calling that gold parallel. There's your other Joe Burrow red mini. And there's a red Chase Young. So all in all, we did pretty well with our minis in here tonight. And that's what they look like. Now a little run through the cards that are lower numbered. We're not going to go through all numbered cards because there's tons of them, but this is some of the lower numbered stuff. So to 10 for the Saints, it is Michael Thomas. Numbered to 25, Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys. Numbered to 50, Devin Hester and the Bears. Numbered 250, our Dare to Tear, Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys. This is a really nice little Joe Burrow here that is numbered to 10. If the Bengals happen to be on here, if you would like that in a case, I'm happy to do it. Some people don't want them in a case because of the type of surface that it is. Personally, I've never had an issue with putting a chrome type card in a case, but some people do. So if you're watching live, you want it in a case, jump into chat and tell me. To 25, Troy Aikman and the Cowboys. Numbered 250, that is Dan Marino and the Dolphins. And then we had this little CJ Henderson here that is numbered to 50 with a red chrome parallel. So again, there are other numbered things. I just went over the lowest of the low numbered things. That makes sense? The Buffalo Bills get the 250 rewards points using random.org. Lynn Bowden, that is numbered to 25. And going to the Raiders, there's the nice Chase Young, numbered to 35. It's headed to the Redskins. Here's that Hall of Fame throwback ink, Will Shields for the Kansas City Chiefs. A Cam Akers, numbered to 399, going to the Rams. Albert, whose last name I cannot even attempt to pronounce, that is the Broncos. Nice Jake Fromm here, that is to 35, going to the Buffalo Bills. And then you have KJ Hill out next. And KJ, why can I never remember KJ? KJ Hill is the Chargers. What is my problem with remembering that? There is Michael Pittman, numbered to 299. And Michael Pittman is the Colts. Cole Kmet is the Bears. And then LaMichael Pirine is numbered to 399. That one goes to the Jets. There's another Lynn Bowden going to the Raiders. That one was not numbered. The first one, of course, was the low number to 25 that we saw earlier. There's A.J. Dillon, and A.J. numbered to 399 is a Packer. And then you have Derek Brown out behind that, and Derek Brown is going to the Panthers. I need to take care of this guy too, so let's go ahead and get this handled at the same time. Why don't we? How about that? Chargers, right? A nice Justin Herbert, numbered to 5. That's right. 5 it is. Nice hit. We like it. Now, well, we'll look at our other encased one. This is the dual Tua Jerry Jeudy, numbered to 10. Ended up falling to the Broncos by way of random.org, because obviously two different teams on the card. Cole Kemet, the Bears, to 399. And then we have Tyler Johnson, who I thought we had twice, but we haven't sent him yet tonight. I mean, right now. Have we? I don't think. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that was. Donovan Peoples-Jones comes out next. And Donovan goes to the Browns. And then you've got Brian Edwards, and Brian goes to the Raiders. Here comes Colin Johnson. He shows up a lot in this product. That's the Jags. There is a Jonathan Taylor, and Jonathan Taylor goes to, let me double check that. Where do you go, Jonathan Taylor? The Colts to Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, there's the other Tyler Johnson. I thought we had another one. That one is numbered to 100. And then to finish up our recap, it is Nate Stanley, numbered to 100, straight up 100 for good old Nate Stanley and the Vikings. All right, so there's the break, there's the recap. Now, as promised, we're going to take another little peek at anticipated shipping dates, etc. So it looks like this. Monday is the projected shipping date, primarily because Saturday is the 4th of July. We won't have any postal service that day. Saturday would have normally been your projected shipping date for this stuff. So given that we can't get anything picked up or dropped off or whatever on Saturday, I'm going to project it for Monday. And of course, if I can get it out to you faster than that, I will happily do so. But right now, looking like Monday. Everybody pulled cards in Legacy, I feel comfortable in saying. If you were in Valiant Baseball and you got skunked, meaning you did not pull a card of any type, you will still get a package in the mail. It will have consolation card or cards in it, and it will go ahead and ship out when the rest of the break gets out the door. Anytime it's a paid shipping break, you're always going to have those consolation cards sent right away as opposed to later, because that would be your next package shipping, of course. Here's what it looks like in the days ahead. So tomorrow is the release of Spectra Basketball. We'll be doing a 4-box half-case quantity break. Those are loose boxes from shared cases, which of course it also tells you in the listing description. On Thursday night, it is Finest Baseball. That is a full case break, and it is break number 2 of that. It's an 8-box case. Also on Thursday night, we're going to break Sage Aspire Football again. Those are loose boxes because that product actually didn't come in a case, oddly enough. They didn't make cases of it. It's going to have 72 hits in total. It guarantees a first-round quarterback, a first-round wide receiver, a first-round defender, and a random first rounder in every single box. And it's also all hits. And there's more information about it, of course, in the listing description down at the bottom, copy and paste of manufacturer's info. On Friday night, we're going to open Top Series 2 Jumbo Baseball by the full case. And once again, Veteran Base will not ship to the teams in that particular break. It does have a separate bidding category. And the Celebration of Decades event ticket is also a separate bidding category in Topps Series 2 Jumbo. And both Saturday and Sunday will be off nights. So that wraps up all the information that we need to go over tonight. And card captains, I think I answered your question about what the card was numbered to on the Tua. The Albert, I don't even know where that is stacked at this point. I can see, I guess, if I can find it again. If you hang on here for a second, I got to look back through because I don't know which of these stacks it is in. And I'll have to try and find it. Okay, there it is. And so there's the Albert again. All right. So that takes care of that. And then it cannot ship out tomorrow. No, unfortunately it can't. I mean, obviously, I've got to sort the whole break before it can ship. And there are other breaks that still have to be sorted and shipped out ahead of this one. So no, unfortunately it cannot ship tomorrow. I've got other stuff that that goes out first. Everybody's always anxious to get their cards, and so we ship in the order that things break. So I don't I'm not going to jump line and push some other people back. Unfortunately, wouldn't be fair to them, but we'll get it out to you as quickly as we can, of course. And I guess that has got me wrapped up for tonight. So thank you once again for being here, spending actually a long time with me tonight. We ran 2 hours and 15 minutes. So thanks everyone for hanging in there. I appreciate you. I hope that I will see you again tomorrow night, or if not, then sometime soon. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week. Looking forward to the holiday weekend. Stay safe and happy and healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.